back to the Social Club where everyone has a voice. I'm your host, Jacob Hale, joined me by Serg.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the show.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to St. Louis.
Always happy to be home. You see I got to sport my gear, man.
Yep, absolutely. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, but go ahead and follow, subscribe, check out all of our other content. I mean, again, the season's full steam ahead, and I love some good football, man. It's been amazing. We've been posting a lot. We've been posting a lot for a long time because if you don't know, it's August. We had our 31 days, 31 videos, so definitely check all those out. Mm-hmm. We got a lot more predictions right than I thought we would, to be real with you. I mean,
most of us did.
Yeah. But ESPN, it might be time to get us a job. That's all I gotta say.
Just saying.
It's pretty solid. But
just keep it in the air,
Anyway, talking about the NFL here, and it's already been a week. It's week one. Mm-hmm. Filming this on Thursday for everyone to know. So we're in the middle of the Packers-Commanders game. But I want to get your opinion on kind of who's in your power ranking right now. We'll just say top 5. Who's in your top 5 rankings for the best teams in the NFL right now? And I'll throw an extra rule in there for you. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be a team that won week 1.
Okay.
So talent, playing ability, I just want to make sure I throw that in there because there's at least a few teams that you can argue there that didn't win, but it's like, okay, clearly this is a good team though.
That's valid. Okay. Let's see. Let me get an idea here. All right, so I'm gonna give number 1. Pains me to say it. I'm going to give number 1 to the Eagles. I think that they put on a great performance week 1. They battled the Cowboys really well. I feel like overall game-wise, I feel like they were the most complete-looking team on all faces of the ball. Defense, offense, special teams were all hitting every mark they had to. I think Jalen Hurts scored every drive they touched the ball until I think mid in the fourth quarter. I could be wrong on that, but he definitely made it all the way through the first half, scoring every time they touched the ball, and I'm pretty sure the third quarter too. That says something to how that offense is operating. And again, it wasn't even necessarily by throwing the ball to one all-pro receiver, another one who's actually really good on paper. I mean, A.J. Brown had 1 target, I think, all game.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith had like 3, I think. So that's literally just them playing the ground game really well. So Eagles, I'm going to give number 1. Fortunately, it looked like they haven't lost a step, but we called that too. We knew they were going to come into the season still being a powerhouse, still arguably the best team on football ever. So
yeah, for sure.
Number 1 of the Eagles. I'm going to give number 2, also pains me to say it, to the Bills. Jesus Christ, I hate Josh Allen and everything Buffalo has to offer.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I hate Josh Allen.
Bro, you guys have had some great battles, but you've won.
Yeah, but I still hate how great of a game they give us every year. Because every year we play them, I feel like this could be the year.
That's no reason to hate him, man. I don't know about that one.
Okay.
That's no reason to hate him.
I don't hate his person. I don't hate his life. I don't hate who he is. I hate playing Josh Allen, and I hate watching Josh Allen play. I'll tell you why this week I do kind of hate Josh Allen, though, and I do kind of hate his person. Sunday night, I was driving back to St. Louis. I was coming home for the week, and as all of you know, Baltimore Ravens were playing the Buffalo Bills up in Buffalo. I believe Ravens were favored. I want to say by 3, something like that. It was within 1 score.
Yeah.
I took Ravens money line. I had a 9-leg parlay on Sunday, all money line straight. I had a few other parlays; they were just toss-ups. But my 9-leg parlay made it to the late slate, night game. Who do I take? Ravens money line. Hale, let me ask you: do you know how painful it is to sit in a car with no other audio happening? It's dark outside. You're the only car on the highway. And the only thing that's of entertainment or amusement to you right now is the game being watched on your dash, where you watch the Ravens just blow a 15-point lead with less than 4 minutes to go in the fourth. The Ravens played an outstanding game of football until there were 4 minutes on the scoreboard. I don't know how. You let this man trot down the field, and then Derrick Henry comes back. Actually, Let me run this through you. Let me run you. So,
yeah, talk to me.
I watched Josh Allen score this touchdown. I don't even remember what the touchdown was. I don't know who scored. I can't even remember. I was that mad. I was seeing red. Okay. In my mind, and in anybody's mind that knows football, we're up a score. Okay. They're within a score. Let's run the ball. Let's run the clock out. Let's kill the game. Take it home. We have, well, I keep saying we. It's not we. I'm a Chiefs fan. You guys know that. There's Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry in this backfield. Arguably the most dynamic duo of backfield in football. And Derrick Henry fumbles the ball. I knew at that moment it was cooked. This would have been $5 to $550, and I watched it just get ripped away from me as Josh Allen just did whatever he wanted to this Ravens defense, who looked like they were playing lights out football almost the entire game.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle Van Noy, Kyle Hamilton, games of the year. I mean, the entire defense as a collective, lights out football until there were 4 minutes left on the clock. I don't know if they thought the game was over. I don't know if they thought that this was it. They were that. I'll say this. I might have said this before. I don't know. What bothers me about the Ravens and what makes me feel better about when the Chiefs play the Ravens is that no matter what the situation is, the Baltimore Ravens will invent a way to lose a game they're already supposed to win. On paper, they're supposed to win. During the game, they're supposed to win. Every projection is for them to win. And whatever reason, every time it's something new. Sometimes it's Lamar's fault. Last year was Mark Andrews' fault. Sunday night's Derrick Henry's fault. You guys are an interesting organization. You could be the best team in football, at least in the AFC right now, but you just don't want to be, apparently. So I'm going to give number 2 to the Bills because Josh Allen did play an incredible comeback game. That's honestly probably going to go down as one of the greatest comeback games of all time, at least of this era.
Yeah.
Number 3, I still got to give it to the Ravens because they are still arguably the best team in the AFC. And they did play a really good game. If we subtract the 4 minutes of the last fourth quarter out of all of it, they played an incredible game. Both sides of the ball, all phases, all the way through.
I said something similar to that about the Bears-Vikings game.
I would agree to you. I mean, the Bears played a good game until it got to be crunch time, and they just folded. Caleb Williams folded bad.
Yeah, it was disgusting. But anyway, don't worry, guys. The Bears aren't on my power rankings. Don't worry about it.
Trust, they're not on mine.
Yeah.
So I'm giving number 3 to the Ravens. Number 4, this is going to be a jump up for me. Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to the Packers because I think next to the Eagles, they are the next most complete team out of the NFC. They absolutely obliterated the Lions, who we already had a feeling were going to have some trouble coming into the season. You can't lose your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator and just bounce back to the same status. So they're going through some growing pains. But what was that final? Was it 27-6? That's what it was the last time I saw it.
I believe it was 27-6.
6 points? I mean... And you said this too in chats too. I mean, that D-line in Green Bay is just absolutely diabolical. So Green Bay, I'm going to give you guys number 4, hoping that kind of weathers down a little bit. Number 5, and this might surprise quite a few people. It might not surprise you. I'm still going to put my Chiefs there at number 5. And you would think that after the performance on Friday, I would not. And I've shared how I felt about Friday's performance. We don't need to get into that. But it's still the Chiefs. We still got Patrick Mahomes. We still got a Travis Kelce that's on the field. And we still got Big Red calling the shots. I really pray to God Matt Nagy can get a little bit more creative with this offense. I really don't know what we looked at when he was in Chicago and said, bring him on down. Mm-hmm. But I'm still going to put the Chiefs there because the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. They're still, they were a Super Bowl contender last year. They went to the bowl. They won the bowl 2 years in a row before that. That doesn't just get shrugged off from a week 1 loss. The Chargers, they whooped us bad. But I think we bounce back and put up a bit of a better fight against the Eagles. If we don't win that game, it'll get ugly. But it's not killing my hopes because that's going to be an out-of-conference loss. We got the Giants coming up after that. That'll be giving us some steamroll to go into the Ravens game, who I think we're also going to upset. I guess not upset. We're gonna beat the Ravens in week 4. So
yeah, I think you were doing so well in this ranking.
So very well.
What I don't understand is you picked the Chiefs over the team that they lost to. I don't understand that at all. And you guys lost relatively handily. I think they played better than what the score looked like.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I think. But yeah, that's the only thing that I'm like, I don't understand that one. I think all the other ones you made a pretty solid case for, but I don't agree with that one.
I would say the difference between my Chiefs pick and the other 4 is that although the Chiefs did lose to the Chargers in a rather nasty fashion, I'm convinced of the other 4. I'm not convinced of that loss. I don't think that loss is going to portray how the season unfolds. I think when we play the Chargers again later this year, I think we do beat them. I think it was just a week 1 loss. Heads weren't in it. Mentality wasn't there. Energy was out of the room. And again, kudos to Justin Herbert. He took all that to his advantage. First drive, set the tone. I mean, that set the narrative for that game from the jump. When we came in 3 and out, there was no life on offense. Again, I'm not getting into it. I've already done that. Check out the video if you haven't already. Mm-hmm. But I'm not convinced of that loss. Being that, like you said, the way it was played, the score does not reflect how that game should have turned out. And the fact that it was still a 1-score game in the end of all that, that's where I feel like I'm not entirely convinced the Chargers are the better team out of the AFC West than the Chiefs are. That's where I come from.
Okay. Again, it's interesting, but I can get how you got to that conclusion. Okay, I guess I'll go. I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, let's hear what you got, Hale. Let's hear what you got.
I like where your head's at. I think it made perfect sense if you were. I think a little bit of you is stuck on what you saw on last year's team. With putting the Eagles at number 1 and things like that. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell everyone. I've said a lot of great things about the Eagles. I gotta be honest. I do not like the way they're playing football.
Really?
I don't at all.
Enlighten me.
They look disgusting, but they're so talented that a lot of people wouldn't notice. But just like what you said with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, oh yeah, they won and they barely threw him the football. No. Let's take that back. Jalen Hurts couldn't throw the football to them. Not that they were covered, he just couldn't throw the football.
That is fair.
It's strange. It's really strange. But I'm like, they really decided they're not gonna throw the football anymore.
True.
Like, not only did he not really throw it, but it didn't even seem like it was in the game plan to throw it.
Yeah.
Like
that was the other piece that stuck out to me.
Like that fourth quarter, they won and they did everything right, but it was so disgusting to watch them because it was the fourth quarter and they were literally trying to run the clock out with like 12 minutes left.
That's fair.
It was completely disgusting. It was like 7 or 8 run plays in a row.
Yeah.
I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This just flat out sucks. End zone, there was plenty of wide open people and him just deciding, I'm just going to run it in. This is just like, he looked efficient, but 0 touchdowns and 158 yards passing is disgusting.
That is.
It is disgusting for the talent that he has on that team. And
it's the narrative we think about Jalen, though.
It does, and a lot of people hated me for that.
Yeah.
He was lucky to get the 10 slack. I keep telling people, yes, he won a Super Bowl. He got Super Bowl MVP. He threw for 2,800 yards that season. 2,800 yards.
For reference, for some of those who don't know, there are high school quarterbacks that throw for more in a season.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, it was horrendous. 2,800 yards, and I think it was like 13 passing touchdowns. It was disgusting. So I hate the way they play. They are on my list, but I hate the way they play. Number 1 for me, and I might be a prisoner of the moment, but I think I gotta go with the Green Bay Packers.
I knew it.
I think so. I might be a prisoner of the moment, but what I'm seeing right now, and what I'm seeing in general, that D-line is taking them places for sure.
That's fair.
That D-line is completely taking them places, and any offense going against them, they're completely out of phase. They can't run the ball at all, and they can barely pass the ball.
I mean, we're seeing it in the Commanders game right now.
And then on top of that, even with the injuries at receiver from Green Bay Packers, you would barely know this because they're such a passing by committee type of team. First of all, Josh Jacobs is still Josh Jacobs. The running game is sound. This is probably the most refined Jordan Love I've ever seen.
I would agree.
Completely in the zone, in step, knows where he wants to go, know what he's doing.
Not second guessing, not taking too long to get the ball out.
And has a complete arsenal of receivers to use.
That's fair.
A complete arsenal of receivers. So I think it's the Green Bay Packers right now. I might be a prisoner of the moment on that one. Number 2, it's got to be the LA Chargers.
Oh, God.
I think
Here we go.
I mean, again, even though the Kansas City Chiefs literally had you at receiver and me at tight end the entire game, despite that, that team still went to the Super Bowl. That team still has a very good defense, definitely top 5 defense status, and the Chiefs the Chargers played very well.
Yeah.
And it looks like they actually have a receiving core.
Valid.
And that was the biggest issue, or what the biggest fear was going into the season. Is like, Quentin Johnson had a solid year according to Garth, so whatever. But, he had some catching problems. You brought Keenan Allen back. You didn't know how he was going to do.
Right.
Ladd McConkey was definitely your true number 1. But all 3 of them look amazing. On top of the talent that they brought in with Trey Harris and Lambert Smith, KLS. And then on top of that, you have Amarian Hampton, which I thought was completely overrated, but he was their only running back, essentially.
Yeah. He's the only one that got touches.
Yeah.
We did limit that, though.
Yeah, for sure. But he was really the only one getting the ball. So you expect Najee Harris to come back eventually or do something, right? And I was afraid of what that O-line was going to be with Slater being injured. No issue whatsoever.
They were sound.
Yeah,
they were very
completely sound. And that's probably one of the best D-lines you'll see all year.
That was one of my points I made, is we created little to no pressure for Justin Herbert. He had the time in the world and a half to make, and his receivers butt naked open downfield. We don't. Chargers number 2.
Yeah, for sure. And then I know people want to hate on Justin Herbert because he can't win a playoff game, but
I'm people.
But when it came down to it, he had the best season of his life last year. 3,800 yards. Yeah. I believe it was 35 touchdowns and like 3 interceptions, something like that. Maybe 38 touchdowns, something in that ballpark. But I mean, it can't get much better than that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just love Harbaugh. I wish the Bears got him, but I love Harbaugh as a person. That defense was rolling. That defense also looks like a top 5 defense.
I will say that Chargers defense does look good. And if it's one thing I was convinced of, it is that defense is serious. That defense is going to bring some problems to the AFC. Like I said, I think we best them next time we play. I don't think it'll be by a lot. I think it'll be by a field goal. This might be by a safety. Yeah. But that defense does look promising. And the Chargers, that's not new. Like, Chargers defense last year was a top 5 defense as well.
Yep.
You look at the element the Chargers were missing, you hit it on the head, was the passing game. Because even the Chiefs, and I keep going back to my damn video because we keep talking about the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Hey, it's all you know. That's all you know. It's always about the Chiefs, man.
But that's one of the things that I mentioned, is that I think we had a big error in game planning for the run. We made the same error in the Super Bowl against the Eagles, game planning Saquon. We limited Saquon very well. However, we did not limit the outside receivers. We did not limit any type of receptions downfield.
Yeah.
And we watched that happen in 4K again Friday night. Literally, I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm watching the defense just do a 3-step drop. I'm like, where's the pressure at? And I don't even know why we were necessarily planning for the run so heavily, because I wasn't expecting Amarian Hampton to come out and rush for 100. Hell, we held him under 50, and Najee didn't even touch the ball.
Yeah.
Again, the run was limited, but the pass, again, we are getting torched in it. And that is where the Chargers are excelling at right now. Again, I'm not convinced. I don't know if this will be, what their season does look like, but week 1, they look really good. I'm not giving them number 2. If I were to put them in a power ranking, I'm putting them at 6, but I'm gonna let you go on.
Fair enough, I guess. In my number 3 spot, I gotta give it to the Bills. I mean, first of all, wherever you think about the game, where you put money or not, and I know the Ravens lost a lot of people a lot of money, but game of the year, absolutely.
Honestly.
Completely entertaining. The worst possible person you could have ever been was the person who bought tickets to the game and tried to beat the traffic. Which, guys, if you paid all that money to show up and watch the game, get your money's worth. Watch the actual full game.
Just stick around.
Yeah.
Stick around a little longer.
Like this idea that you're going to beat the traffic to get out, you are the traffic essentially. Like you created the traffic by trying to beat the traffic.
You were contributing to it.
Yeah, you're the guy now, right? But if you're going to pay all that money to actually go in there and enjoy yourself and watch the team play, bro, you got to stay till the end. That's the minimum requirement if you're going to pay to actually watch the game. There are some exceptions, but in this particular case, I mean, you guys completely missed out, and that's a little bit on you. That's a
valid.
Yeah, you got.
Because they were talking about people leaving the stadium like 6-7 minutes left in the game, and they're like, yeah, people. And that's when I was like, okay, I was still watching it, but I was in my head like, all right, my bet's safe. I'm gonna come up this 500. I'm be feeling real good come tomorrow. Little did I and everybody else trying to beat traffic know.
Now, while the Bills had the most impressive win of Week 1 by far, the only reason why I don't put them higher is that I also want to assess the talent, and Josh Allen's playing like Superman right now for sure.
1,000%.
And they have really great pieces, but I'm still on the fence on what the receiving core is and what they can do.
Valid.
I'm still on the fence with that. And I'm not too sure about their secondary and what they can do. Now, granted, again, the Ravens is a premier football team talent-wise, and it's funny, when I was watching the game, I was thinking the entire time, I was like, I don't understand how the Ravens lose in the playoffs.
I don't.
Until 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I'm like, oh, that's how. But
they invent ways to lose, man.
Craziest thing ever, because between Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, I was like, I don't even know how you can even stop them. And then on top of that, Lamar is an effective passer. It's insane. So I don't know how it happens. Hats off to defensive coordinators that figured it out on the Ravens in the playoffs, because I think it's crazy. But that's the only reason why the Bills aren't higher, is I'm still on the fence about the pieces around Josh Allen and what they can do. But hands down, best win of Week 1. Like, they've earned it. They got it.
1,000%.
Right?
For a Week 1 win, Sunday night win at that, like that's pure. If you love football, and let me take my parlay out of it, I loved watching that game. That was a good game, start to finish. Even when it was a 2-score margin, and even the announcers were saying this, and again, they're like, you would think with the gap between these scores that this would be a lifeless kind of situation, but I mean, it was like every time the Bills touched the ball, you're like, man, like, what are they going to do? And look at that. They came back and won the game. It's the Ravens to score, Bills to score. Ravens to score, Bills to score. I mean, great game of football. Yeah, and so going into my number 4 is going to be the Eagles. Again, very frustrating team to watch as they play the ball. Because it's almost like, why don't you just line up in the triple and run the Army offense at this point? Honestly.
Like, it's just annoying. I don't know. Maybe because I'm not a Philly fan, but terrible team to bet on. Like, I wouldn't do it.
1,000%.
I would not recommend it, guys. Don't do it. But
if you got A.J. Brown in your fantasy, I am sorry.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous. What I am nervous about the Eagles is their secondary. Their secondary did not look good at all. I mean, CD was really running rampant on them for the entire game.
That is valid.
If it wasn't for Dak going out there at the end just throwing up hospital balls trying to make things work, I mean, they definitely could have won. They for sure could have won that game. They were definitely in there. So that's the only thing I'm afraid of for that Eagles defense is that secondary. Everything else, I mean, it's perfectly fine. They're just an annoying team to watch, but they'll be fine.
I agree.
Yeah, and then for my number 5 is an interesting one.
Oh, brother.
There's a lot of different ways I can go about this. Do I make Serg feel good about himself? Do I do what's in my heart?
I think you do.
Number 5, I'm giving it to the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh my god.
Gotta do it.
Oh my god.
I have a lot of different options.
This guy.
Obviously, the Chiefs were in there. Not a lot of people talk about it, but I was thinking about putting the Steelers in that 5th slot too.
And AR had a great game.
That might have
Him
been
and Justin Fields, actually.
the only time I think in a long time I've seen the Steelers score 40 points.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah. And I'm like, their defense will be fine.
Yep.
I fully believe they'll figure it out on the defensive side. But I'm going to go with the Ravens. My reason why is that for the Chiefs, the biggest concern is that they actually at this point don't have anyone at receiver.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting everything they can out of Hollywood Brown at this point.
And it's not a lot.
Yeah.
That was the ugliest 99 I've ever seen.
No, you talk about not a lot. You got to talk about Draymond Green there at tight end that you got. Travis Kelce.
Hey, he gave us a tutty.
Complete liability at this point. This man is literally a traffic cone now.
It's to the point, like, and I think I mentioned this in the chat the other day too. It's to the point he's not being double teamed anymore. That's where you know his impact has already kind of fell off a bit. I wish we would use that to our advantage. Like, my problem with Matt Nagy is just this offense is so dull. There's no spark. There's no surprise. There's no, like, I'm not saying we got to run trick plays just to make it happen, but Jesus Christ, let them, like, make them guess instead of we're going to run the ball for 2 downs and try to make a quick pass. Everybody knows that, Matt. Everybody in the league. Everybody was there last season.
Yeah.
I'm like, can we get some play action in here? Can we get a screenplay that we haven't ran before? Like, I don't know, man. It's just very one-dimensional, and that, I think that is, I honestly respect your opinion. I understand why you would put the Ravens at number 5 instead of the Chiefs, because truthfully, I'm putting the Chiefs at number 5 as a Chiefs fan. After what I saw last week, there's a lot of people in the world that would take the Chiefs out of number 5, because in the first effort, we got to score fucking points. Right. I mean, we got through an entire half and put up 2 field goals. You can't win football games. You can't score points, guys. Now, given Pat put the cape on his back second half, but we need that first quarter. And then we might have a fighting chance. That's what I'm holding on to.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
That would probably be why they're in that, like, they're still in the top 10 slot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in that 6-7 area for sure. Because, when you have Patrick Mahomes, you're never going to be out of the game.
You can't, you just can't bet against it.
And again, outside of the receiving core, you have all the pieces there, right? Everything's fine. I mean, I know people were shaky on the secondary, but I think you guys shore up the secondary. I think you guys made a decision that you were going to sell out on the run, and that was kind of your game plan. It was just hard for you to go back on it. Yeah. And also credit on the offense. I really think Xavier Worthy was a huge part of the offense, and he got out like 3 plays in. So
third play.
I think that also really affected you guys in the first half and why it was so hard for you guys to put drives together. So the reason why I ended up going with the Ravens, because again, they won the game until there was about 6 minutes left.
4.
Right.
It was 3:58 on the clock when Josh touched the ball again.
They are going to, I still believe they're going to run rampant through the regular season, hands down. Because, again, I don't think anyone's going to have a plan for Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry from the jump. Receiving core looks really great. Zay Flowers looks like he's about to have a career year.
Zay looks really good over there.
Yeah, they're bringing DeAndre Hopkins back from the dead.
Which, let me tell you, that one-handed catch through contact, he ain't never done that in Kansas City.
Dirty business, man. I don't know what to tell you. I haven't seen him do that in years.
In years, man. Yeah. And he did that his one and only target. He go touchdown.
Yeah.
Cut away.
And then when it comes to the secondary, I have a lot more faith in that secondary, just from a talent standpoint. There's too much talent in that secondary for them not to figure it out. But 2, I really think they had a complete breakdown of their scheme towards the end. Yeah. And they just started to get flustered. Because I'm like, I don't care what it is. If you allow the tight end 3 for the Bills to make a 40, 50-yard catch on you, to then do the go-ahead touchdown to eventually win the game, it's like, at a certain point, you broke down. Your whole defensive structure has broken down at that point.
100%.
So I think there's a lot of factors that went into that, but they got really flustered and just lost their way. I think they'll be fine. I think that defense is still going to end up being a top 5 defense, and at least from a talent perspective, probably the number 1 defense, but only time will tell with that. But anyway, that's my top 5.
There we go.
Yeah, so you guys go ahead and let us know what you think is the top 5 teams in terms of power rankings and stuff. And then also just share your thoughts. Who you think is really going to make the distance and go to the Super Bowl this year? Do you think the Chiefs will be fine and they'll figure it out? Do you think the Eagles will ever learn to throw the football? I know, it's tough to have A.J. Brown on your fantasy. But anyway.
Very.
Just comment your thoughts down below, and then of course, subscribe to the channel, check out all of our content, and then other than that, you got anything?
Got nothing else, guys? Drop it all in the comments down below. We'll be waiting on you there because we want to talk ball with you too. But until next time, it's been well.